Welcome, ghouls and ghosts, to a interesting episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast. Where we watched the WWE Studios original movie, No Holds Barred, straight out of 1989. So, originally this role was offered not to Hulk Hogan, but actually Roddy Piper, who turned Vince McMahon down. I should say Roddy Piper agreed to do They Live for John Carpenter, and Vince was upset and said that he'd put him in No Holds Barred if he'd just stick around instead of going off to make a movie with John Carpenter. Thankfully, he turned him down because this would have been a fucking disaster. Piper and They Live was not. Interestingly, the first draft was turned into Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan, who were the producers on the film. And when they saw what terrible shape, in their opinion, the script was, they went and rewrote it in a 72-hour binge alleged coke party in their hotel room where they rewrote the whole script. And that's why the film's a fucking coke dream. It's a coke dream. It's a coke nightmare. It's a coke-fueled fucking horror show. Originally, this was New Line Cinema. This is okay. WB Vince McMahon funded the film entirely himself, and it was distributed by New Line Cinema upon completion. And the movie was going to be so poorly that Vince McMahon did a special pay-per-view event called No Holds Barred, the movie, the match, in which you watched the movie followed by the No Holds Barred match on the pay-per-view event, which is also presented here on the Blu-ray, but not available on the WWE network anywhere for whatever reason. So, just an interesting thought. That's all the backstory I got for this movie. And joining me today, I totally skipped over the rest of the intro. And joining me today is the awesome, the ever hairy, though somehow has more hair than me, Owen Neal. Welcome, Owen.
Yeah, I don't think I have more hair than you. Not on top, anyways.
On the face, for sure. Definitely have a better beard than I do. You wear it better than I do.
It's true. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. So, yeah. You want to take us through this masterpiece?
This masterpiece?
Oh, yeah.
That I originally saw on VHS in the 90s.
Like, I would guess many, many, many people did.
Where do we start? So we're introduced to Rip, which is Hulk Hogan, in a normal wrestling match.
Rip 'em!
And there's a TV guy watching it, and he's pissed that they're doing that show is doing better than any of his shows, and he wants Rip. I don't remember his name. I didn't pay that close attention, but
I didn't either. I never do. I've seen the movie a million times.
But he brings
Brell is his his character name, and he's played by the ever amazing Kurt Fuller, who you will remember from such amazing roles as Ghostbusters 2 as that asshole who hates the Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. What else can I find quickly? He was in Virus, that movie you never saw, starring Jamie Lee Curtis. I say you, being anyone who's probably listening to this. Has been released on DVD, really. One multi-pack. Anyway, he was also in Red Heat as a random detective. And Elvira, Mistress of the Dark as Mr. Glodder. That's another movie we should check on this podcast at some point. Well, he's a character actor. And he's acting a big fucking character in this movie. So, anyway, continue.
So he brings Rip in, and he wants to offer him money to do, I guess, he didn't even really sound like he had a wrestling show, but he wants Rip on his network.
Right.
And he says no. And he kind of puts his hands on him. He's like, my money's not good enough. And he hands him a blank check. He says, write your amount. which seems ridiculous. I just like,
I would
how much
write
do you have in your
so
bank
many
account?
zeros on that check, and then still not show up and just keep all the money. Like, okay, you can sue me for the rest of your life. I have your money, all of it.
And so he crumples that check up and shoves it down the exec's throat. And he tells him he won't be there when the check clears. And he walks out. And this exec will not stand for this.
He just takes everything as a personal affront. It's pretty ridiculous. Petulant child that he is.
I forget which one happens first, but the exec ends up at a seedy bar and watching some rednecks fight each other.
He starts looking for the next big thing since he can't get Rip. He wants the next thing. So he's looking for wrestlers in the most seedy places, and he finds this seedy bar with like a happenstance ring made with plywood and rubber tires and real rope and shit. Yeah.
They all have brown teeth.
Yeah. Stan Hansen apparently owns the bar.
And the girl tells him they're probably looking for the gay bar across the street.
That's great.
They watch some redneck wrestling. The two yes men go into the bathroom to urinate, and they pee on each other because they hear a guy farting. And then he comes out. He's going to beat him up because they were talking trash about everybody there.
Right.
But then he says they have teeny weenies, so it's not worth it.
Teeny weenies. Oh my god, I love that.
Oh, we skipped over the when after Hogan left the meeting, they put him in a car to send him to a warehouse to get his ass beat up. Remember the Dookie? Oh
yeah. They get him. They put him in a. He leaves the meeting and he gets in a limo and drives away in the provided limo. And the limo driver takes him to a secluded area, and a bunch of dudes jump him. At which point, Hogan, like the entire time Hogan's kicking. I'm sorry, Rip is kicking the door with his apparent unbreakable shoes, putting dents in the door, trying to kick it off. Finally, he gets out and rips the door off and beats everybody up, gets to the limo driver, pulls him out of the car, and he goes, like a dog, and he goes, what's that smell? And the guy's like, Dookie. The greatest fucking part. Love it.
He couldn't break out of the limo, but remember how he gets out?
Sound.
He jumps through the roof of the limo.
Does he jump through the? Oh yeah. He jumps up. He explodes the roof of the sunroof of the limo. That's what happens.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I can't believe I almost forgot that part.
God, I laughed so hard too. Surprised I fucking forgot about it. I laugh every time at this movie too. That's why it's great. Oh yeah. So then, the Stan Hansen thing happens. He sees the teeny wieners.
There's the meeting with the woman that Hogan is clearly.
First, they pay Stan Hansen in that bar to beat the crap out of the dude who's gloating in the ring.
Yes.
And then Tiny Lister comes in, right?
No.
That's later.
Later.
Okay.
I believe the meeting with the woman's first.
Okay. Meeting with the woman's first, right.
He's just clearly like eyeing her up and down in front of everybody.
Everybody is like a wolf in this, not a cartoon wolf in this fucking movie. It's ridiculous. It's kind of sexist. Yeah. No, it's just actually is sexist. Not kind of. Even Hogan, even Rip eats her up his eyeballs. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, he was biting his thumb and just like his eyes are bulging out.
Everyone's around the room like a fucking creep. Crazy ass.
And
so meeting with the woman to get her to spy on Rip or get him to take the match? I can't remember.
Yeah, we don't learn that till a little bit later, I don't think.
Yeah, of course.
But now
big twist, quote unquote.
He's putting on the show with what was it called? Like Tough Guy something.
Battle the Tough Guys.
Yeah. And it's in that bar and it's a bunch of people from around the different areas. and we had one match, and then two are fighting, and that's when Zeus like knocks down like a whole wall and comes in, and they're like, let him fight.
I forgot to mention, as a side note, if Tiny Lister had actually been able to wrestle, not only would we had just had two matches, we had three matches with him, and not only would we have those three matches, we would also had Hogan versus Tiny Lister or Zeus at WrestleMania. At a WrestleMania, we would have had a rematch to this movie.
Yeah,
What retarded.
wasn't the whole point of that was like, that was a movie. I'll beat you in real life, Hogan.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, oh, you couldn't actually beat me in real life, Hogan. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we get to see Zeus. He's got all his hair shaved except for his Z on the side, and he has a unibrow for some reason.
Uneven unibrow in the shape of a V. I don't get it either.
He beats up everybody in the bar pretty much, and he's declared the champion.
Oh my god. Oh, sorry.
And now it's very clear that he wants Rip to fight Zeus.
Zeus.
Rip doesn't really give a crap. He's like, whatever,
bro. Brother, I don't care, brother. Brother.
So he starts hassling him. There's some scenes too where they end up in a hotel room. There's only one bed, him and the girl.
Oh, God, they're so forgettable.
Yeah.
And then she thinks he's jerking off, and he's doing push-ups, and then the bed breaks. She gets mad at him because the bed breaks.
And she rolls on top of him, and the bed breaks.
And she thinks it's some ploy, and he just stands up and lets her roll on the floor like a dumbass.
And then he just leaves, and that's when we learn that she's working for Brill.
Yeah.
She was sent to basically seduce and have sex with him, but then she falls in love with him to not have sex with him.
To not spy on him anymore, I suppose.
So Brill smacks her. She runs to Rip, apologizes. He forgives her. They start making out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, there you go. That's the movie.
And then
thanks for joining us.
Brill shows up on TV. There's Zeus and Brill talking trash. Ruins the mood.
God, man, they're just that character, Brill and his fucking henchmen. Those are great character actors, and they eat up the scenery and everything they're doing, and they're just giant cartoons, and they're actually a little pleasure to watch. They're one of the best parts. These goofy fucking characters just klutzing about, just failing to do their jobs properly.
And at some points, it seems like they're like, "Oh, he had a woman. That's not cool." But then later, they're straight up kidnapping people, and
yeah, I know. By the end, they're true henchmen.
So it's a bunch of scenes of Hogan not caring about Zeus and Zeus beating people up in underground mining shafts. And that goes on for a while.
Oh, and he also beats him at a mill, like a iron mill, and salt mine, and a parking garage. It's just like, oh god.
Yeah. So when it's clear that Rip doesn't give a crap about that guy, doesn't want to fight him, they have to resort to other tactics like sending someone to rape his girlfriend.
God.
Which I don't know if that's what it was supposed to be, but he was clearly ripping her clothes off.
Yeah, he was about to. That's what he was supposed to do. That's what he was gonna do.
And Rip shows up on his motorcycle and chases him, and the guy's like, "You're crazy." He's like, "He's trying to rape his girlfriend."
I would probably chase you down too and probably beat you to death.
He runs into him, makes him ride on the front, and then he says some weird rhyme about running him into a tree.
I don't remember
a tree. And I assume killed him, but probably not. And then he runs back to his girl and like hugs her and is like, "I hate to see you sad." It's like, what? It's very strange.
This movie is strange all around. It's It's clearly the Wrestler's a dystopia future sequel to this movie.
And then that's still not enough to get him to fight Zeus. So they choke and beat up his brother and paralyze him
From the neck down.
Yes.
Like
so now we have a montage of Zeus working out and the brother trying to learn to walk and failing.
And Rip supporting him instead of working out.
Yeah. And he also trashes Zeus's training facility.
Yeah, he does. It was pretty awesome. They built that set just to break it. It's like, really? God, such a waste.
And finally, it's time to face Zeus. He's had enough. And it's set in a ring with a bunch of rich people wearing very fancy clothes, watching it for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's very clear apparently from the setup that the whole point of this is, like, from the beginning, the whole point of setting up this wrestling thing is just to find someone to kill Rip because he would not agree to take money from him.
Yeah, that's it. All an evil lord needs to kill somebody, yeah.
And they even, at this point, for some reason, I don't know why, they kidnap his girlfriend to make her watch up in a booth.
Insult to injury, probably, to ensure that he did lose instead of beating Zeus, probably.
She escapes.
Because she's way more useful than the fucking henchman. Way more useful.
And you have almost a standard Hulk Hogan match where he's getting beaten up. Yeah. And then he comes back. He looks over and sees his brother move a finger, and that's enough to make him, I'm going to Hulk up.
Motivation!
And now they're fighting out of the ring. Zeus tries to kill him with a pole.
Oh, that was before that. Before that part, he rips the fucking turnpost off and tries to stab him to death with it. Murder him on live television. Meanwhile, Bree, whatever his fucking name is, God, I forgot his name already. Burrell is in the fucking control booth, literally tearing his entire fucking studio apart in some petulant child rage.
Which knocks it off air. Because all the monitors goes like, delay, technical difficulties. The best one is where he turns around and like opens the panel and just starts yanking on a big chunk of wire. He's like, "Rah!"
What are you doing? You're losing. You just lost all that money because you're dumbass.
It seems like Rip's gonna lose. He's been thrown off the stage and onto the stairs. But he oddly, I don't think he was even that far of a fall, but you see like his hands come on the edge and he like pulls up and like looks over.
It's ridiculous. And he grabs Tiny.
And then somehow hits Zeus and he lands in the ring and falls through it.
Oh, but so what happens is he climbs up, they battle a little bit more, and then he does an axe bomber, which is running axe handle to the head.
Yeah.
Which is his movie does in Japan, it's finisher. And it causes Zeus to fly back in.
But the ring is really far away.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's no sense of space here.
He flew like 50 feet.
It was easily 25 feet. Easily, horizontally 25 feet.
By God, that was 100 feet.
By God, he's broken in half. By God, if I witness that man is broken in half. Zeus's mama's baby boy is broken in half. All right.
We assume Zeus is straight up dead. There's blood running out of his mouth.
I know, right? It's not really described. It's not really told if he's dead or not. He's probably dead.
And so Rip turns around, growling like a junkyard dog, but not the junkyard dog.
Can't do this because it's the junkyard dog. Yeah. Hogan wasn't as hard as a worker as junkyard dog, so he couldn't.
He breaks the window. He's gonna make Brill poop his pants, maybe. I don't know.
Dookie!
But instead, he straight up backs up into that wire he pulled out of the wall and electrocutes himself to death.
Oh, well. What a goddamn shame.
So Rip turns around, be like, yeah, I won. There's his brother standing. He could walk again.
God. And just, oh my God, this movie's so bad.
Roll the credits. and hit the No Holds Barred theme.
Played by Joe Johnston, the guy who makes all the themes for WWE right now. God damn, this movie is a train wreck and a half. Roddy Piper totally made the smart move and didn't sign on to this movie.
I don't know. I think he could have done it. He could have Roddy Pipered it up.
It would have been bad still, though. Tiny Lister can't wrestle.
He
No
should
offense
have
to Tiny Lister. He's a great character actor. He's not a good wrestler.
Yeah, so that was a tour de force of acting by Hulk Hogan. He had walk around growling. He shed a tear at one point.
Oh, that's right, he did. I'd say the best performance goes to Stan Hansen's protruding stomach for best thing to offend me on film. It just appears out of nowhere and refuses to get out of your face for a good 10 minutes. It's a thing of magic.
And he farts in the bathroom, so there's that too.
And apparently looks at other dudes' dicks on the bathroom.
Well, their dicks were probably out, so...
You still don't go looking at them. It's like you keep the eyes up to eye level eyes, and don't look down. There's no fucking dog show here, all right?
Well, there was a dog in the bathroom.
It's true.
For some reason.
God, I don't know.
It said no hippie pussies on the wall.
Right. Yeah, okay. And, I like to point out when they were doing the Battle of Tough Guys, half of them were hippie pussies and half of them were the drunk truckers watching the wrestling. And somehow this turns wrestling from a form of folk theater into a legitimate fighting, underground fighting circuit in a matter of an hour.
It's surprising that Vince had a hand in this, because it was just shitting on wrestling.
I don't even know. I also like to. I committed a sin just now. I fell asleep for 10 minutes of the movie in the middle of it.
You did.
I did.
I noticed.
I'm so fucking tired. Oh my god.
I was like, he is straight up sleeping.
I woke up and I'm like, I'm straight up sleeping. I gotta sit the fuck up. I sit up and I'm watching it. I woke up just in time for the finale. I've seen this movie 100 times, guys. It was on TV all the time. All the time on USA. All the time. I had it on VHS. All the time. Oh my god. I own it on Blu-ray. I had it on DVD. It was a bootleg, but I had it. All the time. I know this movie. Movies. Just burned to my fucking brain. Dookie. Do you have a favorite part?
I like the car scene because it was so ridiculous. Also, just the fact that he just had a car to take them somewhere to be beaten up. Presumably to death.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. God.
When they first went to the bar, it made me laugh.
My favorite part's his temper tantrum when he's just destroying his own studio like a dummy. It's like, really? Oh my god.
And the little person in the cage for some reason.
The Willem Dafoe midget drinking a beer, chilling in the cage for no reason. Oh
throwing peanuts. And they're like, we're going to go to the bathroom. He's like, come back soon.
And apparently every wrestler in this movie is a dirty fucking trucker. Like, what the fuck? Not even like a clean, like average trucker, like the dirty ones, the fucking movie truckers, you know?
And if they weren't missing teeth, they put black stuff on it to make it look like they were missing teeth.
Raisins, I bet.
And even all everyone in that bar was like brown teeth. The girl was like picking her nose and like playing with it while talking to him.
God, this movie's so bad. It's bad.
What do you rate it then?
2.5 stars.
What?
Hell yeah, it's a terrible movie, but goddamn do I love it.
No, 5 out of 5, man.
5 out of 5, you give it 5 stars. When I rate things, I rate them fairly honestly. It's a competently made film. There are very few instances of bad shots. It's a fucking awfully written film, but it's so entertaining that the fact that it lost 2.5 stars does not diminish the fact that it gets a fucking favorite 2 thumbs up, like Psychotronic coast to coast seal of approval right in the fucking cover, man. Damn.
You don't even have to be a wrestling fan to watch this.
There's so little wrestling. It's punching in faces mostly. It really is. It assumes you have no interest in watching wrestling, like they did. They assumed you had no interest in watching wrestling, so they put almost none of it in there. It's just a silly action comedy from the fucking 80s. And it's a coke-driven nightmare.
Allegedly.
Look, the damning evidence is right here on this Blu-ray. I'm just saying. God.
I'm pissed there's no fucking Hulk Hogan commentary.
I'm pissed there's no commentary at all, man.
Could
I'd
have
love to
been
get like a play-by-play commentary by Jim Ross.
we could get Jesse Ventura, Hulk Hogan, and Vince on commentary.
Well, I guess one day we'll have to assemble a crew together and do a live commentary of this fucking movie. It deserves a commentary, so we should give it one. But until then, let's bury it for now. All right. So what are we doing next for the next movie?
Now, I know technically it's still a wrestling month, but do we have to do a wrestler movie?
No, we can move it on. We can move on.
Let's do something 80s horror.
Okay.
I don't know what yet.
You gotta pick something where our audience has to know.
What's that summer camp movie?
That's helpful.
Oh, I sent it to you a while ago. What the fuck was that?
Which one? What did you send to me?
They take over the summer camp.
Oh fuck! You mean the one you like sent me the link to?
That was a while ago, though.
Jesus, Camp Nightmare or something like that. Do you have a source for it?
That was one of them.
Let's see here. I've
It's on
got
the list of movies.
There's Eyes of Fire.
I sent it.
Runaway Nightmare.
Doesn't sound right.
No, but I gotta get that Runaway Nightmare. That's on DVD from Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh man, it was so long ago.
Fart the movie, God.
Hey,
I'm scrolling down this list
the movie
of shit you sent me. What movie is this?
I think I sent it as
versus Zombies. Oh, that was
a trailer, though.
That was a trailer. Yeah, it's not out yet. What is this? Oh, the shark, right? I sent that to you. I've been trying to like torturing you with these potential shark exploitation films.
You really want to watch Shark Exorcist or whatever it is?
It's not out yet. I can't. Search for it.
I know it's on our email list.
Is it? I gotta go open that. Summer Camp Nightmare, 1987.
Is that the one? There's
Pretty
two
sure.
of them.
Oh, let me open the list then. Unless it's like right before this trade. Oh, fuck! I ran out of. I lost the last message, so I bet you the pre-message right before that was the trailer that you sent me of the other one. All right, let's see here. This will all trimmed down, obviously, for the podcast version. Sorry, guys who are watching live.
I wasn't prepared.
Nightmare, Summer Camp Nightmare. Don't let the River Beast get you, Freaky Farley. Madman. You're talking about Madman?
No, but we could do that one.
I love Madman. I have Madman. We could do Madman.
I don't have Madman.
It's got a really great Vinegar Syndrome release for like $16. I know you have to keep buying movies for this fucking podcast, but hey. Otherwise, choose something. Because I named off all the ones I could possibly get. I don't see it on the list.
It could be Summer Camp Nightmare. Here, let me look. I think I have a list here somewhere.
We've got a lot of movies on this list, folks. We got like The Barbarians, 100,000 Cats, Blood Surf, Whitefire, Beaks, Dogs, Strays, Moose, Bigfoot the Movie, Day of the Animals, White Line Fever, Rattlers, Death Weekend, Werewolf Woman, Beyond the Door, Robot Monster, Race to the Devil, Circle of Iron, Mother Jugs and Speed, Mark of the Devil, which I have on Blu-ray, Salute of the Jugger, which I think is getting a Blu-ray soon, Extreme Prejudice, Southern Comfort, Streets of Fire, The Driver, Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies, which was a potential title for this month, Sleeper, Cherry 2000, Knights of the City, Smokey Bites the Dust, Hell of the Living Dead, Rats of the Night of Terror, Galaxy of Terror, Forbidden World, Humongous, a whole bunch more. There's a whole bunch more. We keep adding more.
I think I've added the most.
More than me thus far. I forgot about it.
It is Summer Camp Nightmare from 1987.
Okay. Do we have a source for that? Because I don't think it's on home video. I
saw it on YouTube.
Summer Camp Nightmare. Let us find out where this pile of shit is from.
Pretty sure I saw it on YouTube.
Filters.
The worst.
Long. There's Twisted Nightmare, which is a summer camp. I don't see it. I see Sleepaway Camp. I see Goosebumps, Welcome to Camp Nightmare, Part 1 and Part 2. Comedy movie Summer Camp from 1979. All right, we'll figure it out. Okay. So you want to watch Summer Camp Nightmare?
Yes, if we could find it.
All right, if we can find it, Summer Camp Nightmare. Otherwise, we'll have some other summer camp related nightmare ready for you strange people for the next episode of, or the next film on, I'll try that again. For the next film, Psychotronic Coast to Coast, we're going to watch Summer Camp Nightmare. All right, that way you can cut, because you can trim it and put it at the end, and you can do your little maybe not the carnival music, but yeah. And then thanks for watching, folks. We're kind of done with this one now, so thanks. Sorry you had to sit through No Holds Barred. We got the first episode recorded, edited. I just approved it, and now the search begins for a place to put it. If anyone has any ideas, I'm trying not to go to Libsyn because they're so restrictive, and Podbean Garden is so restrictive, and I just don't want to set up a Geeky TV. It's such a pain in the ass to set everything up over there. It's just like, I need an easier way of doing this. So, maybe I'll just buy a fucking website and throw a podcast on it. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. Hopefully some art will happen. I have a good sense of who I'm talking to somebody on Sunday about that, actually. So
nice.
We will see how that goes. Fingers crossed. Yes, I was talking about you, Ash. We'll see you guys next week. Do you have any final words?
Nope. I don't want to watch another wrestling movie for at least 2 months.
So we're gonna hold No Holds Barred ransom, or are we just gonna pair it with some other movie?
Didn't we have another one? Maybe.
We'll figure it out. We'll watch a movie and get, this is going to go with No Holds Barred. We should pair it with some shitty movie.
Pair it with Countdown when we watch it.
Oh, yeah. We should watch Countdown in a few months, huh? All right. So, yeah. We will talk to you guys next episode, folks.